time to spend more time on it. Yeah, that might be my problem, is that I made them a little too complex. Jump ropes duster. You know, it's hard drawing poofy hair with hats. It's a difficult thing. But yeah. Oh, are we live? We're going. I've been talking this whole time. Awesome. All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the live stream. It is July 2nd. We are doing a commission today, which is really cool. I'm Rookzer0. Welcome, everybody. And yeah, I just released the live animatic from the live play. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm still mulling it over. So let me know what you think about those in the comments. If you check that out, haven't checked that out, go check that out. Yeah, we'll get back to it. Yeah, everyone's just like, this isn't what I wanted. I'm only here for the cool monster stuff. I don't want to listen to you talk about things. I don't know. Yeah. What was the very beginning of it? Like, is D&D just talking? I guess so. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, so today on the stream, we can talk a little bit about that. And then we can also talk about, I have 3 commissions for next week. If I get them all done, I will be surprised. But I do have 3 commissions for next week. 2 kobolds and a bugbear. So that'll be really fun. Let's see how that goes. Busy, busy, busy. I also like to get out another item video. I might try to do that before this weekend, but we shall find out. So let's get to going. Yeah, just to cover up the animation. I really am very self-conscious about animations like that because they are so sketchy. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, especially with the like the live play itself was about 3 hours long, and I cut that down to about 2 hours, 2.5 hours of actual gameplay audio, like usable audio. And then from there, that was only, what, like 25 minutes, 20, 30 minutes. Draw Celestial, it is time. Welcome, Vitali. Today is a commission day. I guess we could draw Celestial. I feel like the stream is slowly becoming just people yelling stuff for me to draw, which isn't necessarily bad. Like, that might be a better format than what I'm doing. So we'll think about that. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun doing a lot of those little sketches. Oh, people that want their art commissioned. Yeah, it's not an uncommon occurrence. Yeah, the people that pay me. I draw my commissions for people who pay me. But no. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know what I would do with a Celestial, because that's interesting. Because like most of the time, if you draw a Celestial, it's just like, well, I think I am already a slave to my debts, so I kind of need the money to get out of that. It's a little bit of a double-edged sword there. Double-edged sword there, Miller. Yep, that's not, I don't think that's, yeah. Not something I can fix. Yeah, it's a little, I think you and I both just had a little bit of a YouTube video shock. You listened to yourself, and you should do a live D&D session. Actually, we just did. Yeah, we did do a live D&D session a few months ago, apparently. It was months ago. We just released some of the audio from that. Vitaly on the Discord. So let me know what you think about that. Yeah. That was the fun part for the first couple of months of the channel. I don't know if it's because my videos weren't being seen by people or what, but a lot of people would be like, "Oh, you should do an orc video." It's like, I already did that. Like, just so consistently, like, "Oh, you should check out these people." It's like, that's already up. Yeah, that's actually one of the reasons I did the slime videos, because so many people were suggesting slimes. Like, "Oh, you should do a gelatinous cube." I'm like, maybe I will do a gelatinous cube. I'll show you, people that don't believe I can do it. But no, it was a lot of fun. So yeah, drawing Guff was a lot of fun, but I really do want to spend I really want to be able to spend a better amount of time on it. Not like I said, I could have gone back in and like redrawn every single frame, just like done another pass at it, but that would have been another what's 500 minutes? Like another like 8 hours worth of work. And it's like, I could do that, but I'd rather get the story out and see if people are even interested before I invest another like week's worth of time. And then we'll find out, you know? It's only been out for 30 minutes. Give it some time. I have a giant zombie army in D&D. It's pretty awesome. I like zombie armies. Suppose so. Let's see. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if it's something that will continue. We'll find out. We'll definitely see how people like, if people like it or not, because it is a big time sink versus the videos that I do make usually take on average like 6 to 10 hours to put together and produce. I'd say probably closer to 10 hours for most of those. So I really like doing those too. But the animations are definitely something fun to do, but it's not something I'm super amped about. So we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, I'd have. I was just gonna say I like the idea of getting the live play out there, but I don't really know the medium I like for it yet. So might be some different things we try. Oh yeah, that's cool. Right? No, I've definitely gotten those days where you kind of like, I don't know. Actually, I don't think so. Yeah, you'd have to look at the book. There are definitely days that I've been like working on something for a long time and be like, man, I hope this, I don't know. It's hard to judge like if something is worth it because like as is the videos themselves don't make any money. So it's like, okay, I can't think of this as like, is this video going to be monetarily successful? That's not the important part, but it's like, is this something that I'm proud of? And is this something that people are going to enjoy? And so with animations, for me specifically, it's like, I don't really enjoy making animations, but if people really enjoy them, then it's successful because people enjoy them. And so it's like, do I want to spend the time making the things that I really, really love that maybe some people don't like as much, or making things that people really, really love that I don't like as much? It's kind of a weird balance you have to fiddle with. I could have 128 zombies or 16 whites. Make a book of monsters in D&D. I've actually, Vitaly, that's one of my like end goals for this channel. One of my like bucket list items before we do anything else is to get like a whole monster manual built out, but I think that's gonna be like a Kickstarter thing. And yeah, I want to make sure I've got a butt ton of cool monsters and stuff to put in there first, because right now it would just be like a monster pamphlet. Yeah, I definitely think it would be fun. But that's, once again, that's something that I want to make sure I got. My art is like 90% of where I want it to be. And when I get it to that like peak of like, yeah, I really love every single thing I draw, which I'm getting there. I've been really happy with the last 3 videos. They've also just taken like a month to release each. So hopefully I'll get to a point where it's like, yes, okay, let's put this in a book. I think that'll be pretty cool. So I would like to do that. Rookzer0's Book of Death. I don't know if I'd call it that, but definitely be something interesting. Book of monsters. Rook's Guide to playing monster as beings. That's a long-winded title. But yeah, so definitely let me know what people think about the animatic. Because it is very choppy artwork, which I'm not, like I said, not super. I'm happy with what it is, but I'm not super proud of it. Like every single frame, like, oh, I could spend another hour on that frame. Oh, I want to spend another hour on that frame. So it's always kind of like, it's not that I'm like, oh, that looks like crap. It's like, I want to fix it. Like the OCD tendency in me as an artist is like, I gotta keep drawing. I gotta keep drawing. It's like, no, stop it. It's not the point. It's not the point. You're telling the story. Yeah. Because if I wanted to make it like an actual like full blown animation, I would need like 20 people helping me. And I just don't have that time yet. Someday maybe. Someday Rookzer0 animated special would be pretty dope. And I know I don't want to say I've trashed on Puffin, but like I've talked about Puffin's art being like, oh, it's so simple, and then I try to do my own, and it's like, God, it's so hard to do this. Puffin did it right with just the circles. So, yeah, definitely an interesting experience. Well, there are only 8 beholders in 5e and only 4 in the monster manual. You know, I'm still on the fence about whether or not I should do a beholder playable race. Because, like, why not? Like, yeah, I want to be a beholder. Great, do it. Like, how would you do that? I think that would be fun. What? Oh, to balance? I mean, everything's... Yeah, there's not really, like, a very good level progression for the power scaling, but I think it's doable. I mean, if you can play a dragon, you can definitely play a beholder. Today's just like broken draw day. It's Thursday. Like, that's what happens. Thursdays are bad days for drawing, I think. Ah. I drew so much yesterday. I seriously worked for, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. And then when I laid down in bed and I was like, crap, I haven't done my daily sketch yet. And I was like, more drawing, okay. And I had to get out of bed and do like yeah. And so I always I do that every now and again. Like if I have a really big day, or I spend the afternoon to evening finishing a video because I'm drawing the whole time. I don't think about it. But I made a commitment to myself to draw every single day in that sketchbook, and so it's like, at first I'm like, oh, I have to draw in my sketchbook, and I'm like, no, I can't think of it like that. Like it really is something that I want to do more than anything else. So I need to make sure I don't poo-poo it before I go to bed. Yep, that's usually what I do. It's like, I'm gonna draw something just hella cool today that's for me and no one else. So what's your video gonna be about, Sierra? Is it a... That's pretty cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yeah. So like each piece has to be a finished piece. Yeah. That's pretty good. I like that idea. My only question to it would be, do you have to submit it when you're done? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if CalArts is open. I know a lot of schools are trying to do things online. A couple of my college friends are just like, oh, next semester is just totally online. They're not allowed to go back to the dorms. It's like, well, that's interesting, but at the same time, I think as an art student, that would suck. I think that would not be good or conducive for art school. So, yeah. Yeah. Yep. A lot of my classes that I took at the university were 3D oriented, so like 3D animation, 3D visualizations, 3D modeling. So a lot of it was very much this is how you use these functions, like this is how you unwrap a character, do that. And so there wasn't a lot of like, it was a lot of studio work where you just sat down and worked. So I could see that stuff still being kind of viable, but like then when I took sculpture and painting, like that stuff is very much like as you go on, like during the process learning. Like so halfway through painting, you're like, oh, see this, they're doing this, try this different. I don't know if that would be as effective on an at-home basis. So yeah, that's super difficult. There are some really cool YouTube music channels out there. I don't know if I have any specifically, but that makes sense, yeah. Yeah. I have a whole folder on my desktop of, not on my desktop, that would be messy and improper, on my hard drive uh, of just music that I like, that like I found the copyright free music and I'm like, okay, and I'll save it with their like the I'll just put the URL and the artist in the title so I know exactly where I got it from, so that I can go back there and talk to them. I've even talked to a few people about like, hey, this is a really cool song, can I lease this from you? And a handful of them have been really cool about it and just like, yeah, go ahead, go for it, just put my name in there. Or they've also been like, oh, all of my music is owned by X company, and then you have to go to them and lease it, and I'm like, I'm not super into this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's kind of the other thing. I think I kind of fell into that too. Like when I started doing game streaming, not streaming, but gameplay videos, it was like, oh yeah, we should just invest $200 in a game capture device. I've never made a cent on that channel. So it's kind of like, where do you when and where do you spend money on YouTube? And that's always a weird. No, I don't think so. I think I really enjoyed making those videos and I had a lot of fun, and I still use it. Hell, I'm using it now for this channel, so I mean, it eventually worked out. But yeah, you have to really. It's weird. It's a weird thing when you're trying to figure out like, is how much of this is a hobby and how much of this do I want to be a business? Like, how much do I want this to be a thing? That's weird. Like saying like, oh, how much is this a real thing and how much of this is just a hobby? Of just like, yeah, yeah. Oops. Yeah, that's a really cool way to look at it. Yeah, looking at it as like a retrospective. Vitali suggests that I make a gazer class. A gazer could be interesting. I think I'd want to go full blown beholder. But also, you could do it cool with not making a ghost zombie ghost. Or licks or character on blocks of skeletons, ghouls. A Tarrasque zombie would be pretty dope if you could summon it. But I've had a dinosaur zombies in my games before as a DM, like Res the Zombie. Those are pretty fun. But I haven't had a Tarrasque zombie yet. I don't think I've ever thrown a Tarrasque at people. Yeah, like the problem is I play all my characters, all my players very like hardcore style, so like they don't usually make it to 20, and if they do, they're pretty beefy. Like, we haven't gotten that far yet because we usually something bad happens. So they're getting close. It might be time. Otherwise, it would just kind of be like a Tarask shows up and you can't deal with it. So haha. I don't think that's fun. But yeah, I think that's a really, what you said, you were saying, making a YouTube channel is more of a retrospective journal for yourself is a really cool idea. And I definitely, some of those first videos I did, I really enjoy that. Like, just going back and watching and being like, wow, I did draw that. That was pretty great. I'm happy about that. So that's nice. But yeah, and YouTube is a weird thing because it's an easy way to kind of, for me, finding an audience is fun because I like. Lego Mimic, that sounds pretty cool. Did you post that in the art share should be for, that's all right, I guess. As long as you're linking who they are, it should be good. They've got their watermark on there, but that's pretty cool. Yep, that's pretty neat. Jump back to the live stream channel here. Because I'm not sure what I want to draw for it yet. I don't think I'm gonna spend the day working on the commission. I'm just thinking about the commission real quick. Plus, it's a Thursday. Thursdays aren't commission days. It is today, but not today. I think, sorry, we got kind of distracted there. YouTube is a weird thing. Basically, there's a lot of people out there that are like, hey, check out my channel. You should do this. I'm totally not doing this for the money. It's like, well, one, you're lying to yourself. And two, if you weren't doing it for the money, you wouldn't be on these promotion channels trying to figure out how to monetize your channel. So I think everyone has a right to, make money off their hobbies and their art and their time. Not a right per se, but like, I don't have a judgment for people that want to make money on their art. I think that's legit, because I would love to be able to just do art full time. Well, maybe not. I hope so. I mean, like, yeah, that's the thing. It's at the rate I'm going, but I'm not there yet. Is the issue? So. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was a big thing for me specifically. So I did YouTube videos for gaming for about 2 years because I had the time to do it, and it was a way for Jump Rope and I to sit down and play games together as like more than just, oh, we're playing games, but we're wasting time. Like, we should be doing something with this. Like, hey, I will feel better if we're playing games and then I get to edit them, and I enjoy doing that and share it with people. And that was a cool kind of excuse for us to just sit down and play games. And so that was fun. And then when I started doing this channel, and that's for every YouTuber out there, it's okay for your first channel to not work. Like, that's more common than not, I think. A lot of people think they're just going to jump in and be like, oh, 1 million subscribers, great. It's like, no. Even Markiplier had like 3 channels that he had to kind of work through before he got his channel going the way it is now. I lost my train of thought again. Oh, so when I sat down and I'm like, I was doing so many game videos and working, I was working more than full time at the time. I was just burnt out, and I was like, I'm not doing any art. Like, the last time I drew art was like 3 or 4 months ago, and that hurt me. I was like, oh, I haven't done art in 3 months. That sucks. So The YouTube video was very much like, I'm going to make this channel keep me honest about my art. Like, I have to give myself a deadline. So I sat down with the idea of like, this is a job now. I'm going to put at least 5 to 10 hours of work every week making something for art. And I'm going to post it. And if I don't post it, hopefully someone will yell at me on YouTube. Yeah. So, so I had to do that for myself to make myself, like that was my medium for doing that. So I think the idea of having an accountability for it, or like having a log for yourself on YouTube is a great use of it. And then if people like it, then it becomes something that is more marketable, right? Like that's really, I think, what YouTube should be. Like, if you're good at something and you want to share it, great. And then YouTube can kind of monetize things that you were doing already. So that's why I'm not, when people say like, oh, I'm not doing it for the money, it's like, I'm totally doing this for the money, but I'm okay that the money is low because I'm doing this stuff anyways. Like, that's the important thing to me. See, I think you could do just fine, Jonas. I think you wouldn't pay for your own art. That's fair. Yeah. Pay for it with your time, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is like, there's game time and there's art time for me. Those are my two time sinks. Well, that and like trying to manage a house, which is a pain in the butt, but worth it. I want to play Kingmaker real bad. That's why you can't art. Your brain is full of Kingmaker stuff. It's funny. I haven't played it yet. I totally want to play it. But jeez, that sounds epic. But I do like the idea. I think the other thing I like is I spent 10 years at the university doing a whole bunch of different things, and then I moved out here to see the Seattle area, and like, I kind of miss just bouncing art and ideas off people. I think that's the thing I miss the most, because I'm so used to like weekly presentations where people are presenting their ideas. Maggie, welcome to the chat. Thanks for hanging out, Drow. I hope you enjoyed the video. I didn't hear if you thought it was great or awful. Let me know. That's good. It's good to hear. I'm totally fine if people tell me that it's awful. Somebody thumbs down the video in like the first 2 minutes, and I was like, yeah, that's fair. Like, what is this? What is this crappy map you drew? And it's like, yeah, it's a crappy map. That's totally fine. I get that. I found I started looking up like drawing fantasy maps, because that's not something I do a lot of. And I found some, I can't remember his name now. It's like Wazda or something. Wiz20. Draws really amazing fantasy maps. And I was just like, damn, that's awesome. Okay. Something to strive to. Maybe. Yeah. It's definitely different. If you're much worse on the computer than you are in real life, I think you should be posting your traditional media stuff somewhere, because I think it's probably great. Probably great. feel like I should paint more, but sounds about right. Yep, that's I think art is better with people. Cause yeah, I have bookshelves of sketchbooks that's like no one needs to see those ever. But then I have like a shelf of the books that I've been drawing recently, and it's like these are really cool. I like to share these with people. Oh yeah, no, I think all mothers do that. Like my mom she's like, I have a box of your art, and I'm like, just burn it. Yeah, I do a lot of Minotaurs, I think. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You should give it a try. So that's the thing. I've talked to you, Jonas, a few times about starting your own channel, and same thing with Sierra. I think I was like, oh man, everyone just make your own YouTube channel. It's work. It's just not like it's not something you just pick up and do. So definitely don't feel like you have to make a YouTube channel. But I want to see art. I want to see people's art. So I'm a big fan of like people's art stations and stuff. You know, there are a lot of artists that do that, and it always like I hate it. I hate it so much. Because like self-deprecating jokes. I know I have a lot of artists on my Instagram that just like they post the weirdest, dumbest stuff, and I'm like, why am I following you? And then they'll post like one really amazing piece of art every 2 months, and it's like, oh, that's why, because this is really good. And then it's just like, it's just bad memes for the rest of the time, and I'm like, come on. Sorry, hold on a second. The other one about it is, and part of the reason that like I don't have any pictures of myself is because the other type of artists I see are people that are really good. Like they have great art. Don't get me wrong. That's why I follow them. But then the rest of the time they're just like posting selfies of themselves and like trying to be influencers. And I'm like, I'm just here for the art, man. I just want to see what you got. Like I'm not interested. I mean, I don't want to say I'm not interested in the person, but like I'm not here to stalk somebody. I'm here for the art. So yeah, it happens, man. Do what you gotta do. But no, so I mean, I don't know. I think people are here at YouTube because they like hanging out with me, which is cool. I also hope people are here because they like my art. That's good. Yay! Friendship. Because I think that's kind of the other alternative for YouTube. Just because they want to hang out with me. That's good. I'm glad I can create an environment that people want to hang out in. I try very hard to be neutral good. That's my concept. Gotcha. Yeah, do we have any good guys in the chat? I think I'll. Yeah, I think we have a lot of chaotic neutral and chaotic evil people that like my. I mean, to be fair, I draw a lot of monster races, and so a lot of people come in. They're like, "Oh yeah, I love playing these bugbears, but they're so sweet." It's like, okay, that's fine. Like everyone's got a little bit of a monster side in them that I think brings them here. I think I made this kobold too buff. Just slowly driving the NPCs crazy. Did anybody ever read... I don't know if you guys have read the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. If you've ever read the books. Marvin, the robot, is depressed all the time to the extent to where... I think at one point he blows up a planet because the planet's just like, nope. Just by talking to him. And it's like, I'm not... Nuh-uh. Done. So I feel you. I definitely feel you. Being... Marvin the robot is the... I've forgotten how abs work. You draw 2 beans, and then you connect them with meat. And then... Nope. Big old beef muscles here. Boom. Yeah, backs work. Muscles. Sure. Yep, that's also in that movie. The what, tridactyl legs? Is that what they're called? The digigrade? Tridactyl means 3 toes. I guess that's also what you have there, but... Is it toe walker? Digigrade. Digi? No, I don't remember. But yeah, so where were we? We were talking about just basically like reasons to set up YouTube. Oh, there we go. I just made the rib cage too small. That looks a lot better. Okay. So definitely, I like finding places for people to share their art. That's kind of my jam. Did you grade your zoos? Okay. Ungulate. Thanks for all the fish. Yep, that's good. That's the movie. I like that movie. But yeah. Yeah, definitely don't worry about that stuff. I mean, I think once... Right? I'm slowly trying to get my art to be clean and sketchy. And it's a work in progress. It's a definite work in process. Yeah, I've done... Correct. Yeah, someone labels their art whip. That usually just means it's not finished yet. Yeah, so there's 2 stages of... I got to a point where I could, and this was hard for me, to actually like sit down, do the line art, the shading, and like do all the process pieces, like one layer after another, and finally come up with like clean work. And when I did that, it looked pretty close to like the source materials. Like if I was drawing an anime character, like, yeah, it looks like the anime character. And then I would come back to it weeks later and be like, wait, did I draw that? Because like it just didn't have any of my own style in it. It didn't have any feel to it. And so there's actually a lot of really cool documentaries out there if you want to learn about the history of anime. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Art school's not bad. Don't get me wrong. If I'm saying earlier, like, I don't think it's going to be viable if you're at home. That's not necessarily true. If you're motivated enough to do art, like, art school's great. But if you, yeah. Art gymnasium, that sounds pretty dope. But yeah. So I'm excited to see other people's YouTube channels and other people's art. That's I'd like to not be well-rounded at all. I did the opposite. My school was all about, like, we're going to teach you everything, and then it's been mostly useless. But I know physics. I know coding. What's killing you? Oh. Man, color is my next frontier. That's the next thing I gotta work on. Well, I mean, there are a lot of things I gotta work on, but colors. Yeah, that. I think yours looks way better than mine because it's a lot cleaner and, like, it's got more white in it. I still like this. I think all of this should go away right here. I think, like, I could do, oops, too much. Eggs. Oh. Man, I don't remember any of that. All the streams are blurring together. I don't have to work till a little later today, so I thought I'd hang out with people. Yeah. It's Thursday. No one shows up on Thursdays. It's great. It's a coal buff. It's a buff coal. Yeah. Yeah, specifically this commission, like I said, this is just kind of the first sketch, and then I'll redraw it in Photoshop later. They wanted a very his Gaines goal. 60 strength, that'd be awesome. What was that? There's a D&D build that starts with a kobold and just, like, explodes. Can't remember what it's called. No, it just gets, like, infinite strength. You just infinitely buff yourself and then blow stuff up. Punt or something? Pun? But no, this is supposed to be a buff kobold. Kind of got to figure out how I want to make a buff kobold. Well, that's only the original iteration of it. The Incredible Hulk gets pretty cool. Like, Planet Hulk is pretty great. Yeah. No, the Hulk is pretty awesome. Fights a lot of people. Yeah, like when I was younger, I didn't actually. Sorry, what was that, Miller? Yeah. I was that weird kid that went to like Barnes and Nobles and read comics and then left. Sorry, Marvel. I didn't have the money. I was a poor kid. So I just read all the comics on the shelves. Yeah. I really think libraries should, if you have a library that has comic books, like, tell me where that is, and I will donate money to that library. Because mine did not. Mine did not have comic books, and that would have been amazing. Do they? That's really cool. See, that would be great. No, I bought a. So, what are people's other hobbies? That's a real question. Like, so for me, I play lots of video games. I do lots of art now. I didn't used to do a lot of art, but it's one of my favorite things. Cooking, which is carpentry. Okay, that's where I was going with this. And then now I'm getting really into chopping wood. Like I've been working on our house a lot and like trying to get back into the garden. It's like, man, homesteading is kind of fun. Getting that kind of stuff going. And I've totally forgotten why I was talking about that. But I would love to hear about other people's hobbies. Like that's kind of, I think, what Nice. I know Dippy does woodworking, which is pretty awesome. Probably have to talk to him more about that. But that's the cool thing about YouTube. Like a lot of the guys that I watch on YouTube that do woodworking, like they have woodworking businesses, and then they made a YouTube channel. And it's like, that's really cool. Art is harder, I feel like, to do that, and that's why I think it's okay to do it the other way around. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's definitely artists that are out there, and painters have been around forever as a thing. But really, it is very hard. I think it's easier now with social media to like get your art out there. And so that's why Jonas, I was saying, like, you don't have to necessarily make a YouTube channel. Like, if you don't want to be a pseudo celebrity, like talking to people and having to be the face of something, which I know the irony of me not showing my face. Yeah, YouTube maybe not the best way, but Instagram, like you can definitely just have an art page for your Instagram or art station. Yeah, no, I think it'd be a cool place to just like catalog all your art, especially if like from the Discord. Yeah, just plus I get free advertisement that way. If you're like, I drew this on the live stream today. And there's the true motive. Yep. Oh, really? I guess you got Hunter to come hang out. That was pretty neat. Welcome, Corvus. Oh, yeah. That's still really cool. But yeah, I'm always trying to find that balance of like, how do I tell people, hey, you should do stuff. Also, look at my YouTube channel. I always feel bad every time. It's like, I don't want to suggest people do that kind of stuff because of that exact reason right there, right? It's like, oh, hey, you should come draw with us on the channel. I don't want people to just be like, make sure you tell everybody you drew here. It's like, no, just share your art. It's totally fine. If people do ask when you drew it, tell them about the art channel, I guess. Weird balance. Is that a Ben 10 alien? What is that? No, that's from 3 Creen. That's Meek, yeah, from Planet Hulk. Meek is a cool character. I don't know why they turned him into a slug in the movie. That was real weird. Slow moving. No, I've seen the Lorises. Those are pretty interesting. I don't know if I agree with you that they are the inspiration for anime. There's a lot of actual like social discussion about that, but about like why anime looks the way it does. Yeah. And, I mean, that's the thing. There are a lot of documentaries out there talking about why anime looks the way it does and why different companies do their art their way. I think it's definitely worth checking out if you're interested in it. Right? Yeah, exactly. Dear Studio Trigger. What? Like, what you do that for? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, someone commented on the video. Let's go check that out. This bad. This bad. Go away. Let's see. I really like the style you play as a GM. I like the way you're rolling stats as you go, not forcing a conclusion to the player's characters, but allowing them to grow naturally. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. Say that again, Miller. I don't know if I'm missing one. I thought I talked to someone about this the other day. Someone asked me, it might have been Jonas actually, months and months ago, what would actually I would bet you money it was Andreas, but what would I add to D&D if I could add anything? And I didn't have an answer then. I've been thinking about it. I have an idea for a class that is some people have already kind of fleshed out, and I'm not happy with how they did it. And so I was playing around with D&D Beyond, and I might actually build out the Spell Thief class. And that's just something that I've kind of always liked in my head. And it's the idea that it's a wizard, which is why I think a lot of people go the rogue route and then try to make it better. But what I want with the Spell Thief is more of a wizard that is based around either canceling magic or redirecting magic or learning magic through exposure, not through study. So like they're really, yeah, a blue mage basically. Like I wish there were more blue mages in D&D, and even in Final Fantasy, which is kind of what you're talking about. I think the blue mage, some of them are really cool and some of them are bad. So it's very much a balance of finding the cool way to do it. So that's something I would add to D&D. I think I would add a blue mage type character based around stealing or utilizing other people's magic. That's kind of the answer for that. Months later. That would be pretty cool, yeah. You could do that. Goliath beetles. A millipede character, huh? That would be a thing to do. Now I'm thinking about that beholder. I don't know if maybe I'll make a beholder video this weekend. How to play a beholder. Don't do it. I play human fighters and human clerics 90% of the time I play D&D. Just putting that out there. You guys can judge me all you want, but I love it. Yeah, two-handed. I mean, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people try to get really like, oh, I have to have this most unique, coolest edgelord character I can make, and it's like you don't have to. Like, just being a generic fighter with a like a cool axe is really fun. Like, it's so much fun. I attack twice, and then that's the end of my turn. Go ahead, I'm done. I'm gonna grab that guy. Yeah, Pathfinder gets even more crazy. I have so my friend that is playing the Trox that I'm DMing for at level 2, he critted with he had a glaive at the time. He critted with it and did 42 damage or something, and it was just like, well, okay. I gotta rewrite this campaign now. Yeah, that would be a pretty cool one. Having a dragonfly-based character. I think you could do that. You could definitely pull that off. My vampire mother was burned at the stake for corrupted paladins. But hey, why don't I tell you about tranquility? What? I don't know what that means, Mashy, but that's a story. That's a one sentence story right there. That had a rise, a fall, and a conclusion. What time is it here? 11:12. I'm not sure I like this pose. I'm not sure I like this buffness. There's a lot of weird stuff going on right here. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's better. I'll double check I'll probably work on this tonight and then have something for next week. But yeah, Sierra, I'm excited to see where your YouTube channel goes. I want to see what you do with your art. I think that would be fun. A little bit. I hope you fail. Why? Why would you say that? I don't know. It's still mean, yeah. Yeah, Avatar would be interesting. I don't know what they're gonna do with it because they didn't really have a story to begin with. They're just like, what if we make Pocahontas but with really cool special effects? And it's like, okay. Oh yeah, no, Airbender much better. Movie, don't watch that, but TV show, great, good job. Yeah, no, the Avatar movie, the James Cameron one. I don't know why they're making a second one. Probably because the first one made them bajillions of money. Are they making 4? Great. Oh, come on. Literally done anything else. Yeah. Either way, it doesn't matter. I think I don't know if that movie had good enough of a story to really do anything else with it. Yeah. Yeah, right. What was that? Jurassic Park. So something a lot of people don't realize about Jurassic Park in the books specifically is Hammond would not allow guns on the island, period. And that's the only reason that movie happened the way it did. Because in the movie, the guy's got the shotgun and he's always running around with it. And they're like, ah, ha, 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 and the dinosaurs outflanked me. But in the book, Hammond was like, no, nothing. And they're like, tranquilizer rocket launcher? And it's like, tranquilizer rocket launcher? Did that just come out of your mouth? And they're like, I guess. Would have been a totally different movie had anybody had a gun, yeah. Oh, yeah. Except all of the expenses. Yep. No, absolutely. So the book paints Hammond in a very different light than the movie does. This arm is broken. I just drew this arm totally broken. Let's fix that. Elbow. Hand. There we go. That's much better. Okay. I think maybe a little bit. Totally gets eaten in the books. Yep. Totally gets eaten in the books. Yeah, they were based off of two novels, I believe. Yeah, I think so. Yep. They're much more closer to birds than other things. Have we talked about the fat T-Rex chicken yet? Fat T-Rex chicken is one of my favorite things. Yeah, there's a weird. We can't talk about that. I have a whole argument spiel for people that like are mad that dinosaurs now have feathers. It's like they don't now have feathers. We discovered that they had feathers. That's the issue. We weren't sure, and now we have a better picture. That's how science works. My T-Rex are lizards. It's like, why? My brain. Yep. Pretty close. Pretty close to a beak. But I do like the idea, though, that if they did have the tiny little arms, they were still feathers. They're just like, bah! Yeah. They had little claws, but... Yeah, because they were wings that just slowly became smaller. Well, they weren't wings. They were never wings. But... Someone didn't think this plan through. I have a very big head and tiny arms. I had the weirdest time trying to watch that movie. I fell asleep through it like 6 times, and I never saw the ending. And then when I finally saw the ending of Meet the Robinsons, I was just like, wait, what? Oh, man, that was a good movie. It is a time travel movie. Like, you kind of know what's going on through the whole thing, but like... Oh, boy. I don't know why, yeah. That was weird. I had to watch that movie a handful of times. That poor kid. Poor kid. Yep, that exists. There's a lot of references in the Avenger movies. Yeah, what's the next one up for the... What's the next one coming out for the Marvel series? Well, no, there's... Because I know they're moving on to phase 3 now? Is it phase 3 or phase 2? Right. I think... Did the Black Widow movie come out? Is that the next one? November? Okay. That'll be cool. Ooh, that could be good. Love and Thunder. Yep. That will be cool. I'm sure it'll be tame horror since it's a Marvel movie. You know, I think... Sorry, I guess this is less horror-related, but... Like, the Jessica Jones series was really good. Luke Cage was really good. The Defenders was okay. I think they... Man, I was not happy with the Iron Fist. Like... Oddly enough, So go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was my big thing. I really liked the other characters in that show, but I really hated Danny. Which is actually kind of the same thing with Daredevil. Like, I think Daredevil did the same trope they do with Batman and Superman all the time, which is like Murdock is a really good Daredevil and a really bad Matt Murdock. Like they decide like, oh, let's not do both of those. Let's just have one of them be that character all the time. Same thing with Arrow. Like the Arrow universe did the same thing. That's from a movie. It's from a movie where they put a cage of bees on his head. Yeah, exactly. Why did you remake this movie, anyways? But yeah. So like, I feel like those were my issues with those. Like the Jessica Jones was really good, Luke Cage was really good, but both of those characters are very much their alter egos. Like they just are who they are, and I dig that. And then with Danny, it being the Iron Fist, he was never the Iron Fist. He was always just like, I'm still 13. It's like, why? You grew up as a monk. Like, fix your shit. But I really like the other characters in that show. I think they did a really good job with them. So, but I'm sad that those are gone. I hope they come back just as strong. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, Marvel movies, definitely looking forward to some of the new ones. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just drawing torsos today. Bam, 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 bam. Get some voguing in here. Strutting your stuff on the catwalk. Shooting looks. Pew. That's all right. On the catwalk. Bow, chicka, bow, 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 bow. Du, du, du. Tomorrow is the draw day. That's gonna be fun. Free draw, yeah. This has been pretty epic lately. I'm excited for that. No, you were like playing drunk WoW with some people or something. Everybody's getting drunk and talking about weird stuff. It's like, great. Hey man, that happens. But no, it was funny. It's all right, man. It takes confidence is a weird thing. I still suffer from lack of confidence in my art sometimes. No, there's a. That's all right. I don't mind. I don't mind people breaking the rules a little bit. Oh no. I know for a fact that a few people have jumped into the call and been like, "Oh, Rook, that's super cool. Who's drawing up in the left?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's me." So, yeah, there's been a handful of times, Jonas, that I think you stole the limelight, which I'm totally. Yeah, you don't read the YouTube chat enough. So. Like, I'm the one drawing. And then they just leave. They're like, oh, I'm okay. Well, this is garbage then. Yep. Live streaming and drawing is definitely. It's an acquired skill that you're slowly gaining. talking while drawing. So that's fun. Yeah. You know, you're always welcome to jump on here if you want. Because you are a Patreon member, you have access to the draw, and then otherwise, yeah, I would not mind. One of these days, if you want, you could just jump in and we just stream at the same time. I haven't done that in a while. You could do that on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Hold on a second. Can I add something to it? Just real big buff people arms. Also strong. No, okay, I'm fine. Yeah, Trogdor arms. Burninating the people. Are they really still releasing content? Homestar Runner, is that right? I think they started a YouTube channel a while back, but yeah, Strong Bad Emails was super good. That's pre-YouTube. Super good. Ask a Ninja. Dude, where's my what? Dude, where's my mount? Is that like a WoW podcast or something? Gotcha. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. That kind of like, man, why did I watch this as a kid? And you're like, well, it was probably pretty funny when I was 12. Well, we weren't even talking about the same thing we were watching, so it doesn't matter. The age it doesn't matter. I have a signed copy of the first season of Red vs. Blue. I cannot watch it now. I cannot watch it. Yeah. Yeah, they got real weird. They got real weird. Someone spit in my helmet. Yeah, it kind of went from something of like, I really love Halo and this is cool new content, to all of a sudden like, this is no longer Halo based and it's just weird. And those guys still do, the Rooster Teeth guys still do, like, they have a podcast and a YouTube channel and they do all kinds of stuff. And they did the they had their own anime for a while, which I hated. Ooh, I hated it. Yeah. I think so. I think it is still going. If not, I would be surprised. Oh, man. No, it's terrible. It's terrible. Yeah. The weird 3D anime thing. Using an engine that I'm not a fan of. It's just so right. Yeah, man, whatever. I mean, do what you like. Like, don't be forced to watch or not watch things. Sure. Have you tried just saying no to stuff? It's like, thanks, man. No, I've had that. Definitely had that issue in my life. I'm also really bad at. Well, you guys know this. I'm really bad at getting things finished. This video will be out tomorrow. A week later, probably tonight. I sit down and work on things. At some point, eventually, this video will definitely, yeah. No, it's not. Your art is fine. I don't. You can either not believe us as much as you want, or you can pretend that you don't believe us just for the praise, the praise all the time. Look at this guy's nose. What is this? What the crap is this nose? Not good. That's not. That's not the point. It's all about the process and hanging out. So it's all about the journey. Art is ethereal. Art is temporal. Art is erasable. That's totally fine. So, I'm a big fan of. There's this. It's not really a. I guess it's not really a school of thought, but something we used to talk about a lot for freshmen, specifically freshman artists. The first thing people say, and I think I kind of did that this morning, they come up to show off their art and they say, I wish I had more time. And it's like, yeah. And so could I have spent 8 to 10 more hours on the animatic? Absolutely I could have. I didn't. I played some games last night and I sat around and I didn't want to put 8 more hours into it. That's the truth of the matter. I did not want to spend 8 more hours on it. And then the second thing they do is they just like, I don't really like it. It's not great. It's bad. And it's like, then don't show it to me. If you think it's garbage, throw it away. And it really is just, it's a mindset thing that people have been taught, or people have been, not so much taught that their stuff is bad, but just like they don't get praised for it, or they get praised for it in the wrong ways. Like every time I show my art to someone, everybody's just like, oh, that's great. And then they forget about it. And it's like, that makes feedback not fun, not good. And so it's really good to find artists that do critique you, like, oh, that's great, you should fix this, or like, check this out. Oh, like, I really like this, how can I adapt it? That's so much more powerful to helping conducive artists, or helping artists learn in a conducive way, because they understand that things can be to a point that are acceptable, things can be good, but things can always be improved. So yeah, don't get me wrong. I like the animatic. I'm happy with it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have put it up on YouTube. I could spend a lot more time on it, and I might in the future. That's something I might do. I might actually, if I get another program that works better, I might redo it. But I'm happy with how it is now for what it is. And that, yeah. I'm totally happy with people telling me that stuff sucks and telling me that, like, I had an instructor once. I gave a presentation, and he, this was with a bunch of engineering students. Don't ask me why I was in an engineering class, but I was. And I turned in my presentation, and the teacher was just like, this is bad. This is crap. You phoned this in. And he just like looked at me, and everyone in the class was like, oh crap, what's going on? Because they were all used to these environments of like, good job, pat, pat. And I asked the instructor, I'm like, I want you to be completely serious, and I want you to give me real field feedback. And that was earlier in the semester, and this was later in the semester. And I looked at him, and I'm like, you're absolutely right. I didn't want to do this assignment, and I phoned it in, and it's crap. And he's like, it is. I'm going to give you a D. I'll let you talk to me about it later, about why you did it that way. And it was like, and I was having a really good conversation, because like I was struggling with the project. I didn't like the idea of the project, and what I did, I half-assed it because I was struggling. And so the conversation that came out of that after class was perfect, and it helped me. And he raised my grade after we talked about it and discussed it and ended the project. And that's how learning should happen. Everyone else in the class was just like, are you okay? Like, people emailed me after the class like, are you all right? He really laid into you. Are you fine? I'm like, I'm great. Like, that was one of the best classes, and he's still one of my favorite teachers that I've ever had. Because people are coddled, especially in art for younger students, because they don't want, like, oh, I don't want to stop you from being an artist. I don't want to break your spirits. It's like you have to learn how to teach people art. You have to learn how to critique. You have to learn how to take critique. And so a lot of students are like, I don't want to show this to people. I think it's bad. It's not good. And then they just get used to that because they go, oh, it's bad. And then someone goes, no, it's really, really nice. And that's how their art is forever. So Jonas, your art is good. You can always do better. But I actually think your art is good. If it looked bad, I'd probably tell you. I'd be like, hey, fix that. That looks weird. Remember when I said it looked like a horse? It looked like a horse. I didn't mean it was a bad thing. It just... I don't know why you were insulted. It just looked like a horse. Hey, that thing you're drawing, that looks like a person. Oh, it was supposed to be a cat. Like, this looks like a person. Well, what can I take from that? How can I make this look more like a cat? Yeah. So I'm a big fan of giving people critique if they want it. Yeah, I don't got much. I think you're pretty solid. I think you could spend more time. That's really all I got. If you want to finish a piece, yeah, try to find some finishing methods and go for it. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at as well, because I constantly, like, I could just make a new layer. I could do line art over the top of it. I hate doing that. I hate it so much. So I got to find a different way because I don't want to do it that way. Yep. Oh, welcome, Dara. Thanks for hanging out. But yeah, so definitely that's kind of the progress that should happen. How can I improve? Well, here's some options, and then I have a lot of people like, well, I didn't wanna. It's like, why did you ask me if you're just gonna argue with me? Like, don't argue. Let people give you feedback, and be confident about your art. Not like, this is the best thing I ever did and it is amazing, but be like, here's what I'm willing to give you. Here's what I want you to see. Please let me know. Like, don't just jump in and dump on yourself. Those are the kind of the three rules, three mindsets that I think. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're wrong. That's legit. Like, that's just what you think. I think one thing, you think another. We can both think those things. I hope someday you appreciate your art as much as we do. Tweet. Still trying to learn how to draw faces, apparently. That, and then that, and then that's a cheekbone. Cheekbone should be like right there. Did everybody get their stickers? That's another question. Did anybody get their stickers? Nice. Okay, good. Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that the U.S. Customs is just throwing away my stickers. We might have to figure out another means of getting those out. Yeah, I had the post office yell at me about my return address. And they're like, that needs to be a thing. It's like, I don't want to just send 40 people my address. P.O. Box, here we come. Is it here? 11:40. I should probably start getting ready to go to work. We had a weird day. We drew some weird people. Lots of muscles, I guess. Did some stuff. Yeah, I get that. I feel that sometimes. I don't know what I want to draw. That's what Thursdays are for. Thursdays are just chillax, hangout days. What should we do for the next thing? Because that animatic was slowing me down. Should I do another item video or should I do another race video next? You like the item videos? Yeah, maybe I'll make another one or two of those. Nice. It's a good one. Squire Gold. Hey, if you need a pen name, so people, like, that's a thing you can do. Reference to chat. Someone posted something here. What are you drawing right now? Oh, sorry, Dungeon Dora. I was, I don't know what I was drawing. When was that? That was like 10 minutes ago. I think I'm just drawing people. I'm just trying to do better poses. So. Someone posted that in reference to chat instead of a voice channel chat, which is why I missed it. Sorry about that. We might need to clean up the the Discord again. Constantly running into that issue. But yeah. I think we'll probably call it there for the day. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for drawing with us. Thanks for watching the animatic. Definitely do, if you have any feedback for that, let me know, because that is absolutely a work in progress. Yeah, just the funniest part is, like, it's always the most obvious things that people are gonna ping me about the most. Like, oh, Jump Rope's voice sounds weird. It's like, yeah, it's we screwed up the microphones in the recording. We absolutely did. I tried to clean it up as much as I could. It's not gonna get better. We're just gonna have to record again next time with a better setup. So that's a live and learn lesson, and we learned something about it. So that's absolutely cool. Definitely let me know. The first part of it, I tried a few different little art style things, and I think I found something I like. The last end of it took a lot longer, but is cleaner. I'm going to try to use Blender, which is interesting. Blender has a new 2D animation software with it. I have used Adobe Animate in the past to make, like, the Tandem Gamers intro, and I honestly just didn't like it. I don't like the Flash style. I don't like the way the pen works. So I might do another part of this, the second episode, in Blender, see if that's any better. And if it's not, we'll go back to the drawing board and let's see what happens. I might just have to learn Animate again. But yeah, that's legit too. Yeah, make fun of Jonas's voice. Oh, your voice is bad. Can you do a different voice, please? Do a different voice every time. I really like Gauff's voice in that. I think that gets really good. Yeah. So that's fun. I like it. I had a lot of fun doing I like playing the D&D games. I like recording them. And I want to find a good medium to share those, because I like that live play style, but I'm not a big fan of, like, let's all get on Skype and just stare at each other's faces while we play D&D. I'd much rather do something like this. And maybe I went too far with it. Maybe I did too much animation and I should really just focus on one or two frames. The other idea I had was, yeah, I think maybe just more fine-tune animation with it. The other thing I was thinking about was, yeah, that's fair. Like the juggling took way too long. I'm like, I started doing each of the frames and I'm like, why the hell am I trying to animate the juggling? Just one frame for 2 minutes. Fine, whatever. What was the other thing? I was thinking about doing something to the effect of, maybe during the video, if it's just a 10-minute video, doing one piece of art, like leading up to that 10 minutes, kind of in the style of my current videos. But with that, I fell apart in that because I have 3 hours of footage. And I'm like, where do I put the breaks? Where do I do the art for each of those things? And the scenes actually changed fairly quickly, so I didn't know how to do that. So if you have ideas or comments, I want to hear them, because it's very much a work in progress, and I want to see the best way to do this. I think it'll be fun. What? Gotcha. Super John is pretty funny. I dig it. All right, but yeah, so that's that. Check out that video. Ooh, excuse me. We got the yawns. I gotta go get ready for work. We will be around tomorrow for the community draw. That'll be a lot of fun. Sierra, are you streaming today? Want to? Possible Twitch stream? Yeah, I think so. With you can post a link in the promotion, or you can just stream to. Basically, what I do is I have this streaming through OBS to YouTube, my art page, and then I just have Discord turned on, and then I have the through OBS I have the audio turned off for anything that is not my microphone, so that way the Discord voices aren't being heard. Yeah, so that way people can yell. So if you want to do the same type of thing, or you want to use this Discord, feel free. Yeah, make it work. Do whatever you want. Have fun with it. Have fun on Twitch. Possible art streams later today, apparently, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Keep your dice on the table. Be happy. Be healthy. See you later. That was an order, Jonas. I ordered you to be happy. Oh man, my arms are messed up. I'm so tired. So many push-ups.